World Cup or made up?
3, 2, 1. World Cup for Dummies. I've never actually even seen a game of soccer.
We were beers and wings.
Beers and what?
Beers and wings.
Oh, they said wigs. I was like, oh my God, how can?
And we're dancing on tables in Melbourne at 8 o'clock in the morning at the Hofstra House.
Why does no one ever score? Do you have that same experience in soccer where you're like, like holding your breath?
Even bigger.
Cristiano Ronaldo is arguably the most famous person in the world. Like
Yeah.
you could go hike Everest base camp
Yeah.
and a Sherpa could be wearing a Ronaldo jersey.
100%. He hits every point of the globe.
Matt, we're in the wrong industry. Honestly, actually, you're in the wrong industry. What are you doing kicking around that,
I actually don't know
kicking
why.
around that old Sharon for?
There are some rare names that are going to be playing at this World Cup.
Okay.
We are going to play a game to see if they're a real name or a fake name.
But who's naming their kid Evidence?
I don't know.
Sounds incriminating. Margarita is in cocktail or margarita is in pizza?
That's not even a Dutch name.
That's World Cup for Dummies. All right, invested. I'm back in France.
So, Elliot, I'm very excited for this episode.
I got to stop you there.
What?
Because I just caught a glimpse of myself in the monitor. And for anyone watching, I need to apologize. I look like I just took this out of the dryer. It's because I'm still on crutches. And you know I like to put my best foot forward. Unfortunately, I only have one of those. And I had to wear a backpack and bring all my stuff in. It's just been a nightmare. So to anyone watching the show, I apologize for my crinkled shirt. I know that you were deeply concerned. Go on.
No one asked. Anyway, step into my world and the world of, how many people are on this earth? 8 point something billion. So step into the world of 6 billion people that are going to watch the World Cup or at least consume some of it over the next month and a half.
Mm-hmm.
It probably means nothing to you, does it?
I don't know anything about soccer. Nothing.
Yeah.
I've never actually even seen a game of soccer. And I was like, I can go on and act the idiot.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to do some homework. So I thought, okay, where do the worlds collide? It was the Nike and the Adidas ads. So obviously it's a melting pot of fashion, pop culture, sport, whatever, right? And there's so many famous people in these two ads. I'm not joking. They made me emotional. I'm
the ads?
I'm not joking. I don't know why they made me emotional. I think it was something about the impact of seeing what this sport does to a global community. And obviously the world's so fucked right now. There's so much stuff going on that you watch social media, especially me at the moment. I'm on my phone.
What's your algorithm? I'm just getting steak and wine.
I'm not getting steak and wine at all. But I think my algorithm gets refreshed so many times per day because I'm couch bound that I'm getting literally everything from cat grooming to God knows what. But I just thought it was so cool that the world can stop for a second and unite in a common purpose, and everyone can let the bygones be bygones and essentially celebrate what is the World Cup and all come together, no matter your demographic, your religion, your nationality.
But that's the beauty of sport.
Yeah.
Sport unifies everyone, and that's why it is so big and has such an impact. Like we saw a few weeks ago, the MND game.
Yes, of course.
On the King's birthday.
Yeah.
And look what that does to unite a state, even a whole football community.
I thought it was really cool.
Special.
I thought it was really cool. I think I'm the more that you teach me about sport and the more that I learn, the more I actually have a greater appreciation for the culture that surrounds it. And I thought when I was watching those ads back, especially the Nike one, because it's got everyone from Rose, the K-pop star, to Kim K, to all of these soccer players that I've never seen.
Soccer to me, and maybe you could correct me because you're more the cultural beacon. Soccer has had more impact on culture than I would say nearly anything. I'm not a massive soccer person in terms of following the sport day to day, but it's amazing what the World Cup does. And in 2014, Germany won the final. It was a pretty cool day. We had the bye in football, and there was 5 of us that booked the Sporting Globe in Richmond.
Oh, yeah, the pub, yeah.
And we got there at 3:30 a.m. Doors opened at 4. And then it was beers.
Is that are we continuing the night on, or
No.
are we having our first beer at 3:30 in the morning?
Well, we had the bye, so we had a big night on the Saturday night, but we all decided that it was imperative to go to bed early on the Sunday, and we all got up for the game because we thought we could pull the all-nighter, but we died. Anyway, we got up.
Your first beer at 3:30 goes down like razor blades.
It was unreal. We were beers and wings. And then...
Beers and what?
Beers and wings.
Oh, they said wigs. I was like, oh my God, how can?
And we watched the game, and the atmosphere in there was unbelievable. There was people from all walks of life in Melbourne that had come to this watch party. And the game finished at about 7 a.m. Germany win. And we thought, where can we go from here? It's 7 a.m. There is nothing open
on a
in
Monday.
Melbourne. The only place you could probably go and get a beer is the casino. And we thought, hang on a second, there's a Hofstra House in the city.
This story's already giving me the ick.
So we were like, let's go to the Hofstra House.
I know the one, across from Flower Drum.
Yeah, went to the Hofstra House. It was packed. And every German that I reckon was living in Melbourne was at the Hofstra House. So I was with Luke Bruce, Matty Suckling, and a couple other players I played with. I'd have to look back at the photos to see exactly who was there. And we are dancing on tables in Melbourne at 8 o'clock in the morning at the Hofstra House. And we finished there at midday, and we were absolutely buckled, like poleaxed. And it's midday on a Monday. Like, we're fully off our chops, having the best time, celebrating with Germans. I reckon we'll speak in German by the end of it. I don't know.
You thought you were.
Have you been to Oktoberfest?
No, never.
Oh, so they play this song at Oktoberfest, and they just kept pumping it at the Hofstra House. It was awesome, and everyone was getting involved. Unbelievable day. I went home, and I was in bed by 12:30.
PM.
Lunchtime, yeah.
Mate, talk about sleep off a hangover.
So I was in...
You would have woken up in time for dinner.
And I woke up at 5:30
PM.
And I was doing night school for my MBA to get my master's done.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, well, it's 5:30. Night school starts at 6. I'll go 6 till 9. Anyway, I thought I'd better get an Uber there because I didn't know if I'd be over or not. I got an Uber there and I sat next to my mate in the class. And he's like, what have you been up to today? And I said, oh, we went and watched the soccer this morning and had a couple of drinks. And he has a couple of drinks, mate. He's like, you genuinely smell like a brewery. And when I thought I'd put cologne on, I thought I was fine. By the end of it, I was the joke of the class that I was poleaxed trying to... But anyway, it was one of the great days, and it just unites anyone from anywhere. Everyone celebrates. Everyone has a great time, and that's my World Cup story.
I love it. Well, I want a World Cup story, mate. So, like, the World Cup's coming. We need to set some sort of memory, some No Utes memory for the World Cup this year, because I actually want to get into it. So, watching back and doing some research... I thought what could be really interesting is that you can be our expert today.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you some questions initially because I know nothing. And we're going to call this World Cup for Dummies. Remember those books that you used to buy at Borders that were like yellow and black?
Mate, I've still got the internet for dummies.
This is, well, you might want to start reading it. So this is World Cup for Dummies.
I'm on Starlink. Don't worry about anything else.
Okay, you ready for this?
I've clocked the internet.
Are you ready for this? Some stats?
Yeah.
Okay. So football/soccer is widely considered the biggest sport in the world.
Yeah.
FIFA says there are 5 billion football fans globally, while Nielsen's 2025 Global Sports Report says that 51% of people globally are football fans. So that's 1 in 2.
Yeah. You know the only sport bigger?
What's that?
Running.
Really?
Well, everyone runs.
You're an idiot.
No, but I think running's the number one sport.
That doesn't count. This has actually got spectators. Okay, number 2.
Organised sport.
Organised sport, correct. Number 2. The FIFA World Cup is the biggest single sport event on Earth.
Yep.
So the Olympics rivals it, obviously, but that's like multi-sport.
Doesn't rival it, though.
So 5 billion people engaged with the 2022 World Cup, as you were saying. That's like madness to me.
Yeah.
So 2022 World Cup between Argentina and France reached close to 1.5 billion people. I mean, that's giving royal wedding to me. That's the only other thing that I know that gets that many views.
I don't think the royal wedding gets that many views.
I'm going to give you this one. They don't. Okay, so 2026 World Cup, which you're going to teach me about right now, biggest in history.
Yep.
48 teams, 104 matches, and it's across Canada, Mexico, and US. And apparently something about the format is a huge jump from the old 32-team format. This all means nothing to me. So with that being said, and those statistics being mind-blowing, can you dumb it down for me? Like, what is the World Cup?
Well, it's like any World Cup. It's nations coming together that qualify to be the best team in the world. So this year is the first time 48 nations will be competing. There's going to be 104 matches. The prize money is as big as it's ever been. I think it's 800 million or close to, give or take. They're going to give away depending on what the exchange is at that point in time. But the winning team will take home 50 million in prize money.
Okay, so I've got my first question.
So I think that gets divvy between the players.
Well, okay, you just answered my first question.
I knew that was the question.
So I was like, how does that work?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's my first question, Puppy. Okay, for example, that guy, I had to Google him. I literally was watching the Nike ad and I had to Google
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Long blonde hair soccer player.
Haaland or whatever from Norway.
With the long hair, looks like a Viking.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Chatham Tenning was sitting next to him.
Yes, that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was like, I've seen this guy around, I've seen him on social media, but I don't know who this is. So, but then I saw that he plays for Manchester City.
For anyone that likes a punt, like Norway may be a smoky because he can just kick goals from anywhere.
But my question is, so these guys go back and play for their home country.
Yeah.
But a lot of them play in like...
leagues all around the world.
Right, fine.
Yeah.
So
Manchester
United... But what
United,
happens to like the English Premier League? They just pause it for now?
All competitions globally are on pause.
And then they all go, okay, we're Aussie, so we're going to go play for Australia. Is Australia in the World Cup?
Yeah.
Okay, right. I'm assuming they're not very good.
We've got a very young team. They're actually going to be okay, but the next World Cup is probably the one where this team's going to be peaking.
Fine. And so you always play for where you came from. You always play for your home country.
Well, unless you're a trader and you go and get a citizenship.
So the
somewhere
French
else
go back to France.
Yeah.
The Norwegians go back to Norway,
Yeah.
et cetera, et cetera,
Like
et cetera.
any World
Okay,
Cup.
fine. Got it.
Yeah.
My next question is, why does no one ever score?
You know what
No,
is
seriously, it's
you know
so
what is
slow.
You know what is amazing though? So AFL, the powers that be, the rules committee, they always want higher scoring because it's entertaining and it engages audience and stuff like that. But soccer has never folded to the high scoring concept.
But then why is it so entertaining?
But the beauty in the game is the game itself. So whether it's offense, defense, it's just that's what the game is. And anyone can play it. And why it is so popular is all you need is a ball. So you could have a carton of milk that you kick around an empty carton. Like all you need is something to kick.
An object.
And you can play. So that's the beauty of soccer.
Okay, so you know when you're watching the footy, right? And like you see someone from like, they're coming in from like, I don't know. I can't even do it in AFL. They're in like the midfield and they're running towards like the forward 50 and they're like, you're like gearing up and you're watching them and it's like, it's building that momentum. You're like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And then they go for goal and they kick it from that distance and then the entire crowd's on their feet and they erupt.
Yeah.
Do you have that same experience in soccer where you're like, where you're like holding your breath?
Even bigger.
Why? Because it happens less.
Yeah, it happens less. There's less scoring. And like, then a goalie save becomes so important. Like, and I reckon one of the best things of soccer is the penalty shootouts. Like,
which are what? Come on, remember this is soccer for dummies. This is World Cup for dummies.
If the game's drawn or tied, whatever you want to say, at the end of the 90 minutes plus then extra time, then it goes to a penalty shootout. And so you get 5 kickers and you go turn for turn.
Yeah.
And you got to try and kick a goal. And if you get to 5 and it's still even, then you just keep going new kickers until you get a disparity in the goals and whoever's on top wins.
Okay.
And like the whole crowd is just hands in mouths. And like, especially like qualifying for the World Cup, like it's crazy.
Okay.
I remember being in...
On top wins, I can get around that.
I remember being in Croatia when Croatia were trying to qualify for one of the World Cups. And it was the final game. And literally everyone in the street was stopped and glued to a TV. There was no movement in the street.
I've definitely been in Europe where like soccer, I have a girlfriend who is engaged to a Portuguese guy. And
oh, sorry.
What?
I thought you said you had a girlfriend.
Mate, I don't like much on this podcast. No, in all seriousness, I've got a girlfriend who's engaged to a Portuguese guy.
Yeah.
And I've been on European holidays with them a lot together.
Yeah.
And he's always the one who's like dragging us to a bar. And he couldn't care what bar it is. It could be the most glamorous bar or the shittiest sports bar in whatever city we're in. But it's like, this again, comes back to this camaraderie and everyone's gathering around the telly and whatever. Okay, so now, if you're watching for the very first time, like myself, who are the best players or teams to watch? Like if you want to if you want a fail-safe World Cup experience where you're going to be invested until, you know, the last kind of rounds or the grand final or whatever.
As an Aussie,
Yeah.
and all our listeners are pretty much Aussie,
Yep.
even though we're in Indonesia and the Philippines and a
Hi
few
to our
other...
Indonesian and Filipino listeners. We
a
love you
few
guys.
in New Zealand.
Take us international.
Yeah. England is always a team. Like in cricket, we hate England, but I reckon secretly in soccer,
We love England.
Aussies don't mind England. So
And
they're
the
an
Brits are our
interesting...
cousins.
Yeah, they're good to watch. Spain and France are going to be really good this year.
Okay.
So it'll be fascinating to see who will be decent out of them. And then always the South American team. So Brazil, I don't know how they're going to go in the odds. They're not sitting at the top, but they've got a couple of young superstars. Argentina are always good to watch, Lionel Messi. So the 3 biggest players in soccer, Instagram profile-wise, would be... Well, no, probably not. Cristiano Ronaldo, he's the number one followed.
Is he retired?
No.
Okay.
So he'll be playing in his last World Cup for Portugal.
Okay.
And they're going to be okay. They've got some good midfielders, and then it'll be interesting to see how they go. But Cristiano Ronaldo is the number one followed individual in the world on Instagram. He's got over 1 billion followers on all platforms. So on Instagram, he's 665 million.
They say due to the fact that soccer is the most broadly reaching sport in the world, that Cristiano Ronaldo is arguably the most famous person in the world. Like you could go and
he couldn't
hike
walk anywhere.
Everest Base Camp and a Sherpa could be wearing a Ronaldo jersey.
100%.
Or like anywhere around the world.
Yeah.
Whereas, you know, like arguably you've got who? Like a Donald Trump or say a Barack Obama, like any of the American presidents, or it could be like the royal family of England or whatever. Like
but
he surpasses all of them.
Because they're just hitting the Western world.
Yeah, of
So,
course.
like, he hits every point of the globe. And then you got Lionel Messi, who is possibly the greatest player of all time.
No, I know of him because he plays in Miami.
Yeah.
And we spoke about him on the podcast
he plays
before.
in Miami.
Only because I saw Victoria Beckham post about it.
He's the second on Instagram. He's got the second most or third most followers.
Where's my girl Kylie Jenner?
Maybe Selena Gomez is between them.
Selena Gomez.
Maybe.
Love a Disney queen.
Someone. And then Mbappé, the French superstar.
Oh, yeah.
He's massive as well. But to go on, so Cristiano Ronaldo averages about 300 million annual wage. Lionel Messi's come down because he's gone to Miami. So he's about 140 million and Mbappe's close to 100 million a year as well. So, like, they're crazy dollars.
Mate, we need to go hang out with them.
Yeah.
Let's make our World Cup memories with them.
Ronaldo had the opportunity to go to America like Lionel Messi or Saudi Arabia.
And where is he?
He went to Saudi.
Right.
And he signed a $2 billion deal maybe with Saudi Arabia.
Madness.
Which is crazy. Yeah.
Matt, we're in the wrong industry. Honestly, actually, you're in the wrong industry. What are you doing kicking around that?
I actually don't know
Kicking
why.
around that old fucking Sharon for. Wrong shape.
Silly.
Wrong shape.
Silly. Like, soccer's so big. Like, and if soccer can get any momentum in Australia, which it usually does post World Cup, like every kid, like in Australia, should be playing soccer effectively. Like,
it seems like more kids are playing
sport.
Soccer now. Like I've girlfriends' kids who are playing soccer instead of foot, or maybe alongside.
Mums like soccer.
Mums like soccer. Soccer mom.
Yeah.
And I think you like soccer mums.
Well, you know why Kimmy K was in the Nike ad?
Because she's a soccer mum. Because the son's obsessed with soccer.
Yeah, and he loves Arsenal. So they just popped over for the weekend from LA just to go and watch Arsenal.
Do you reckon she got paid for that, to go on that ad? Surely Kim doesn't get out of bed for free.
No, I thought about this.
Because he's obsessed. So I thought she'd be like trying to be a cool mom and like take Saint to the set and meet all the iconic. Yeah. And his uncle was in it.
Yeah.
Travis Scott.
So I thought about this and thought there's a chance that these celebrities didn't pay to go in these ads just because they're going to be so big globally.
All right, before we move on from the World Cup, I keep seeing this stuff about this Tim Payne guy.
Yeah.
What's that? Who's that?
Bizarre story. So he was the lowest followed player on Instagram that was going to be playing in the World Cup. Effectively, this Argentinian guy just picked him out and
in the whole world
and promoted him. He's the captain of the New Zealand soccer team, and he went from 3,400 followers to 500,000 the next day after he got pumped up by this Argentinian to over 1 million in 48 hours. And now I think he's sitting maybe 5.5, 6 million as we speak. Yeah, so he's gone nuts.
Mate, the endorsements come at him. He's going to be a very wealthy man.
Well, talk about that. And what I wanted to ask you is the endorsements are coming.
Yeah.
But like once you're hitting those levels, like what's the money? What type of endorsements are coming at you?
770,000 likes and 20,000 comments on all of his posts. I mean, the ROI on that for a brand is like almost priceless, really, because how highly engaged that audience is almost impossible to get on Instagram nowadays, right?
Yeah.
So he is an extremely valuable commodity to any brand. So has he signed any? Is he the face of anything or anything yet?
No, I don't know if he's signed anything. It's literally blown up. Well,
mate, you watch. He will come.
Month.
He'll come out of the World Cup.
Yeah.
As like essentially the unicorn of this entire event. He'll come out with like, it's what I keep saying about the AFL. Like if a gay guy actually came out in the AFL, I'm like, mate, I wish I played AFL and came out as gay. Could you imagine the endorsements lining up?
Imagine the blokes lining up for it as well.
I don't care. I'm happily taken. But in all seriousness, when you're a unicorn or you're a valuable commodity in a very flooded market.
Yeah.
Mate.
Speaking of soccer players' names and people you've never heard of, we are going to play a game because there are some rare names that are going to be playing at this World Cup.
Okay.
To see if they're a real name or a fake name.
Okay.
World Cup or made up?
Evidence Macgoppa.
I reckon that's real.
I reckon it's real as well. I feel like I've heard of him.
But who's naming their kid Evidence?
I don't know.
Sounds incriminating.
Real. He's playing for South Africa.
There we go. Ding, ding, ding. One to No Utes.
João Velcro.
João Velcro. Oh, I feel like that's a European name.
I think that's fake.
And I'm going to go fake as well.
That is fake.
Oh my God.
It sounds European though.
Velcro? You're thinking Volvo. Okay, next one.
Denzel Dumfries.
Fake.
Oh. No, I reckon that could be real. Denzel Dumfries?
You might be a Dumfries if you get this wrong.
It's giving me Denzel Washington.
I'm saying fake.
I think it's real.
Denzel plays for the Netherlands.
Yes!
It's not even a Dutch name.
Fabio Carbonara.
That's definitely fake.
I just want to say real.
No, it's not.
No, but it's
if it's real, I'll bear my ass on Burke Street.
It's such a good name. I'm saying fake.
Is fake.
Of course it is.
But I want to say real.
Promise David.
True. Fake. True, like real.
Yeah, I'm going to say real as well.
Promise David is real and playing for Canada.
Yeah.
Canada.
João Margarita.
Margarita is in cocktail or margarita is in pizza?
I'm saying that's real.
Is he playing for Mexico? I'd say it's fake. Margarita, come on, mate.
Is real. Plays for Caracau.
Ah,
And a fun fact on Caracau.
it's a great mixer.
No, it's the smallest nation to ever play in the World Cup. They have a population of 158,000 people. They're from the Caribbean or Caribbean, however you want to pronounce
do
it.
you know this?
And they have a World Cup soccer team.
He's, by the way, guys, not reading off his computer. How do you even know that?
I'm an information.
It's also
person.
a blue liqueur that is commonly used in
did
many
know that.
cocktails.
And it's going to be it's going to be one of the great trivia questions. What cocktail played in the World Cup?
I love it. To be honest, I didn't even know it was a country. So I've gone from on my high horse for Dumfries down to Dumfries
But
in its
isn't this
entirety.
amazing? Like, there are teams with a population of 1 billion people, and this place has 158,000 people, and they've qualified. Like, that blows my mind. Then you halve it. There's only 75,000 men that you're picking from for the Men's World Cup. Like,
Shit.
It's pretty crazy.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's insane. Anyway, fun fact about
All right,
Thailand.
lucky last.
Malo Gasto.
That
Real.
sounds real, but
That
I'm
sounds
saying
real.
I'm saying fake because I need to get another.
Okay,
one.
do you know what? And the last one, guess the country. Marlo Gusto is playing for who?
For Spain.
I was going to say Portugal.
Is real and he is French.
Oh, I was going to say French, and I'm not even lying.
I don't know who
And
won.
France is
Who
a real
won?
place. I don't think there was a win or lose, you competitive mofo.
Well, I'm an athlete.
It's a draw.
It's a draw.
It's penalty shootout. I'm calling it.
Well, that's the World Cup edition for Dummies. I feel like there'd be a lot of questions as well. And if you're interested, flick a few questions to our Instagram because we can cover it on the next episode.
For sure.
Because the World Cup's going for a long time.
Right, and I'm just getting started.
You
Do
know, there's
what?
I think there's 4 games a day for like 48 days or something. Oh, it's something crazy.
Well, I'm pumped. I'm actually genuinely excited to get invested.
Yeah.
And I think we definitely can't leave the World
Talking
Cup
about
just at that.
invested. What about ticket prices even? I know I shouldn't keep going because we're wrapping it up, but like it's the most expensive by like 10 times a ticket's ever been for the World Cup. So a game for the people is now a game for the rich.
Okay, well, how does that compare to the NBA finals that are happening right now with the New York Knicks and Kylie and Timothy and every other celebrity paying $150,000 US for a ticket courtside?
Please, they're not playing.
They're not paying.
No.
They're invited, sure.
So the way New York Knicks do their seating is that they have celebrities that
We've
are
had a hard
invited.
pivot from soccer to basketball.
And then other people pay.
whiplash.
Other people, but they're crazy, aren't they? Like
insane.
someone paid $1 million to go to the New York Knicks first game at Madison Square Garden.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, crazy, especially with basketball.
I'm loving it. I'm lapping this up like Cocoa Pops. I'm loving the celebs. I'm loving the vibes. I'm loving
But that's
the ads.
sport.
I'm loving
That's
the
sport
music.
now, isn't it? That's
It's all of it.
It's actually our podcast all in one.
Our podcast, people have heard about No Utes in the Valet all around the world, and they're like, do you know what? We need to give them more content.
You know what
and
we
so
need to
they're
do?
just turning it on us.
We need to get Adam Silver and Roger Goodell on here. They're
The
the
names.
CEO of the NFL and the
Do I need to guess if
NBA.
they're real or fake?
No, they're real.
Okay, great. Go.
We need to get them on because, especially the NBA. NBA is culture first, sport second.
Yeah, vibes.
It's crazy.
Okay,
Anyway,
wrap it up,
that's
come on.
it. That's World Cup for Dummies.
That's World Cup for Dummies. All right, invested. I'm back in France.
And if you're just tuning in, 2 unlikely mates, celebrity stylist Elliot Garneau and Norm Smith medalist Isaac Smith are here to tell you what is what.
Hey, no Utes in the Valet.